Our daily reading for Tuesday, July 7th. Once again, we hear from the Song of Solomon, chapter 2, verses 8 through 14. And I apologize for the mispronounced word or two. Look, listen, there's my lover. Do you see him coming? Vaulting the mountains, leaping the hills. My lover is like a gazelle, graceful, like a young stag, virile. Look at him there, on tiptoe at the gate, all ears, all eyes, ready. My lover has arrived, and he's speaking to me. Get up, my dear friend, fair and beautiful lover. Come to me. Look around you. Winter is over. The winter rains are over. Gone. Spring flowers are in blossom all over. The whole world's a choir and singing. Spring warblers are filling the forest with sweet arbutus. Lilacs are exuberantly purple and perfumed, and cherry trees fragrant with blossoms. Oh, get up, dear friend, my fair and beautiful lover. Come to me. Come, my shy and modest dove. Leave your seclusion. Come out in the open. Let me see your face. Let me hear your voice. For your voice is soothing and your face is ravishing. Our Old Testament reading for the day is Genesis chapter 29, verses 1 through 15. Jacob set out again on his way to the people of the east. He noticed a well out in the open field with 3 flocks of sheep bedded down around it. This was the common well from which the flocks were watered. The stone over the mouth of the well was huge. When all the flocks were gathered, the shepherd would roll the stone from the well and water the sheep. Then they would return the stone, covering the well. Jacob said, "Hello, friends. Where are you from?" They said, "We're from Haran." Jacob asked, "Do you know Laban, son of Nahor?" "We do." "Are things well with him?" Jacob continued. "Very well," they said. "And here is his daughter, Rachel, coming with the flock." Jacob said, "There's a lot of daylight still left. It isn't time to round up the sheep yet, is it? So why not water the flock and go back to grazing?" "We can't," they said, "not until all the shepherds get here. It takes all of us to roll the stone from the well. Not until then can we water the flocks." While Jacob was in conversation with them, Rachel came up with her father's sheep. She was the shepherd. The moment that Jacob spotted Rachel, daughter of Laban, his mother's brother, saw her arriving with his uncle Laban's sheep, he went and single-handedly rolled the stone from the mouth of the well and watered the sheep of his uncle Laban. Then he kissed Rachel and broke into tears. He told Rachel that he was related to her father and that he was Rebekah's son. She ran and told her father. When Laban heard the news, Jacob, his sister's son, he ran out to meet him, embraced and kissed him, and brought him home. Jacob told Laban the story of everything that happened. Laban said, "Your family, my flesh and blood." When Jacob had been with them for a month, Laban said, "Just because you're my nephew, you shouldn't work for me for nothing. Tell me what you want to be paid. What's a fair wage? Our New Testament reading today comes from the book of Romans chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. So what difference does it make who's a Jew and who isn't? Who has been trained in God's way and who hasn't? As it turns out, it makes a lot of difference, but not the difference so many have assumed. First, there's the matter of being put in charge, of writing down and caring for God's revelation, these Holy Scripture. So what if, in course of doing that, some of those Jews abandon their post? God didn't abandon them. Do you think their faithlessness cancels out His faithfulness? Not for your life. Depend on it. God keeps His word, even when the whole world is lying through its teeth. Scripture says the same. Your words stand fast and true. Rejection doesn't faze you. But if our wrongdoings only underlines and confirms God's right doing, shouldn't we be commended for helping out? Since our bad words don't even make a dent in His good words, isn't it wrong of God to back us to the wall and hold us to our word? These questions come up. The answer to such questions is no. A most emphatic no! How else would things ever get straightened out if God didn't do the straightening? It's simply perverse to say, if my lies serve to show off God's truth all the more glorious, why blame me? I'm doing God a favor. Some people are actually trying to put such words in our mouth, claiming that we go around saying, the more evil we do, the more good God does. So let's just do it. That's pure slander, as I'm sure you'll agree. And here ends our daily reading for the day.